Hello, everybody. Tracy Brown here, and we are going to do something different. And this is a video that I'm going to be uploading here to Facebook. I tried to do some Facebook sharing. It wasn't quite, screen sharing wasn't quite working. So this video is just to give everybody a little bit of a peek, and a taste of what non-diet counseling skills looks like. I've just met so many people over the years that once they get a taste of their own freedom, they're just chomping at the bit to share that. And so it definitely is a calling. And those of you who feel really called to I have to share this, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it or what it's going to look like, but I have to do this. And so I think this audio, this video, this little training here is for you because if they go on this journey, everybody's practices is going to look just a little bit different, meaning the kinds of people you work with, maybe even the longevity and the different kinds of people you might work with. But you still need all the same, really solid base counseling skills. And that's something that I just don't get tired of talking about, and from a teaching perspective. Knowing how to ask questions in a very slow, micro kind of way to help people open up and unpack and unpack and unpack, to where you're not doing, there's no telling, there's no advice giving, there's just, what is it like, and what would happen, and what don't you know, and really digging in there layer after layer to basically unhook food from whatever it is a person feels like they need the food for, when that means restricting or binging, and other behaviors like fitness stuff. I mean, a lot of people have gotten past the point of, okay, I need to be thin to be happy or to be confident or whatever, but sometimes something else slips in its place. It's always been in its place, and now it's just more up to the surface, or more they recognize, oh my gosh, this is how, if I don't have food or exercise or even bashing my body, I don't really know what to do with all this stuff. And so, of course, in the scope of a practice of a dietitian or a coach, we're not going to be helping them unhook issues, not unhook, but we're not going to be helping them resolve issues from their past, family origin stuff or all those kind of things, but through the doorway of intuitive eating and helping people normalize their food, and helping make visible what seems like, when you're in the soup, you don't really know that you're in the soup, but when you start to have some guidance of oh my gosh, I'm in this fat phobic culture, and here's all the ways it shows up and how it's internalized in me, you see how it's not such a you thing. It's like this big collective thing that we're all kind of in. And by you doing your work internally, you're also impacting everything. So we're all kind of actually all doing this together. So, we are going to, I'm going to be sharing some screens with you, if y'all don't mind. So just bear with me while I go back and forth. I just want to jump in and just show a little bit about some of the content and some of the things we're going to be doing in this training. So I plan on starting February 8th. There's a possibility I might move it up a week, or the next week after. I'm not sure, but it's coming in the next couple of weeks. And so we're a little over, I think we're 2/3 the way in my current group. And I mean, I've got on my page where you can look at that information and sign up if you're feeling ready and motivated, and just dying to jump into some really deep counseling skills. People, it's really beautiful, because now I'm starting to see at this point in the training that people are helping each other and give suggestions. So I'm doing a little less teaching now that we're in almost in week 8 here. I'm doing a little less of the directing, and people are kind of doing it more together, which is really, really cool. They're starting to see places where there's a place of opening in somebody else, or just can add a layer of nuance to it. And that's what we do with our clients, and it's really awesome. So anyway, I'm going to share a screen here with us. Let's see if I can find it. I don't want to share this. Let's see here. So sorry about this. I thought I was good and ready, but I recognize I need to do something else before we jump in. So hang on there a second. Let me minimize this real quick so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and let's try that again. All right, let's see if I can share a different screen I've got that I want to share. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Okay. This is just a little teeny tiny of, I know it's kind of frozen here, but the first week. And so each week I give people a set of homework, readings, audios to listen to, videos to watch. This is just week 1 of, what are our roles? Like, what are we here to do to help people? And, so here we're seeing I'm teaching like hunger and fullness skills a little bit, how to do a first session, like the procedures I use, how to decide like how long you want your sessions to be. I mean, some people do shorter sessions or longer sessions, and knowing the reason for that. So you're adapting your practice to basically your style, what kind of people you work with, all those kind of things. Okay, so we're going to come back to me. There we go. Let me go back. I'm going to go into some other stuff. I'm going to keep sharing with you different things. So actually, I'll go to, I know you all maybe can't see all this yet. That's okay. I just want to share. Let's see, here we go. Okay, I'm going to share another screen and just this whole sheet. So this is actually the Dropbox file of all the things I have. At some point, I might make this fancier, put it on a different platform. But for right now, this is working awesome. And I've got bonus business recordings, so I'm super excited about this because I've got Jennifer Rowland was awesome enough to come in and do a little interview around the difference between therapy and coaching online. So you coaches, kind of know like, what's it look like to do a little differently? Because we all overlap a lot. So, and I have coaches in my program, so it's not exclusive to dietitians. I highly value coaches because I do a lot of like here and now work and the day-to-day living of how to like live in this fat phobic culture. And I know dietitians do that too, and therapists do that too. And it's good that we can all have our ways in which people from all walks of life can find somebody they resonate with, whether it's a dietitian, a coach, a therapist. We all do little bits of different things too. I'm a dietitian and a coach, so I weave back and forth between the two a lot. And it depends on the session. Like some sessions, it's like you're doing nutrition, food work, and doing a lot of education. Sometimes it's all intuitive eating. A lot of you know that I do a lot of somatic work too. So sometimes I'm having people just feel sensations and not run away from that. We don't really even go after the story of like why that's happening. That's, maybe not the realm we need to go in. It's just like, can we be with this? And you don't even have to know what that is, but learn how to be with it and get grounded. So anyway, but yeah, so as of right now, I've got 4, I got Instagram training in here and just a general like putting together like an email series together here. But it's not like wimpy stuff. This is really very practical. You do this and this is something you stick with and do and use that as a way to get your message out. So Jennifer Rowland and also Rachel Cole, I worked with Rachel for a long time. I highly respect and admire her. I'm a part of her program. I invited her to be on mine, just to help people understand, like, we all do our practices different. You don't need to compare, really. I mean, you can get some ideas from each other, but you don't want to start thinking, this is what this training is about, like, oh, Rachel does her practice in a certain way and she's successful, so that's how I should do mine. It's probably not going to work for you because she's doing it from the inside out, and that's what's super important when we decide, like, how we want to put our practices and our businesses together as well. So anyway, this is here. I don't necessarily go over these that much because there's so much content in our actual experiential work to do that, like, this is just a bonus because people want to know, like, how do I be a business person? Because if you're doing an intuitive eating practice, you're either working for yourself or you're working for somebody else. So and it's likely not a ginormous company, so you're all kind of pitching in to help get the word out. So anyway, and I have a whole set here of a lot of my forms and handouts that I use. Some, from other people, some of my own creation, and then here, all these different weeks, 1 through 12 And also just a general, like, all these calls are recorded, so you can go over them over and over again. I don't plan on deleting this big file here, so you should have it forever. And so in these training calls, we go over all the content, which is great, but we're like, where the juice is here is that we, go over almost every week. Somebody's bringing up either a real life person that they're working with to try to help them move forward, or I'm actually role playing with one of the students here, and we're going through what if a client says this? What do I do? What do I say? And it could be how to use a scale. Do we weigh? Do we not? If somebody's weighing themselves, how do we help them move away from that? I mean, again, the list is infinite, of things, and I'll be adding more to this content as the years go by. So the list is infinite of situations that we are gonna encounter, that when we're first starting out, it's super scary not to have like some language for, or a base for, to go through. So, okay. So I'm gonna be putting this video up, and and with a link, if you're interested, if you want to talk to me more about like what this looks like. I'm going to open up one more week for us to look at together. But I'm here to answer questions, and you can do that in the comments below. Please just tag me about what this is all about, really, and what you can. It's not really about like, ooh, all this cool stuff that I have to teach you. It's more about like, what do you need, and is this a good fit for the skill level you're at? I want to say that this is definitely for brand new people. If you are already on board with intuitive eating and health at every size, you're going to jump in with the ground running and get deep skills. If this is new to you, there's going to be a little bit more of a learning curve of pushing, really unraveling any of your own, fat phobia and healthism, because I got to tell you, I'm a dietitian that I don't have a big agenda while people eat. Doesn't mean I don't care about nutrition. It's just that it's not for me to be the expert on your body. I know a good bit about nutrition, and if I don't know, I can go figure out how to know what's a reputable advice to give you, or suggestions. But I don't really think it's my business, to be perfectly honest. My job is to help you be more inner-directed and help you teach your clients how to be more inner-directed, and honestly not need to be addicted to running to experts all the time the rest of their life. There's not a problem with like getting new information, or if there's new information, hey, can I like run this by you, and am I on the right track? That's beautiful. But every single time a new diet comes down the pike, a client you had 10 years ago, you don't really want them being reliant on you, for you to tell them that it's okay to eat it. We want to teach our clients how to be really resilient and inner-directed, and self-compassionate. And so this is what all this is about. So let me go back a little bit here and share. Let me see. All right, now let's not do week 4, because that's a kind of a catch-up week. Let's see what week we want to do here. I do want to say that I think of all the weeks we spend the most time working through body image. I would say that's the most. Probably the least actually on teaching intuitive eating skills, but more about how to do motivational interviewing skills, and knowing when it is a time to give like didactic information versus just sitting back. And we talk a lot about dealing with people's strong emotion, a ton, as well as motivational interviewing skills, and just knowing how to be with our clients. These are our people. These are people that we're building relationship with. A relationship is what is the big healer. So let's go to week 6 here. And that's super important. Okay, good. This is a week that's been a good one here that we just finished. So let's talk about that one real quick. And this will be the last one. I'll let you all go. All right. So this week we talked a lot about feelings. So what is a dietitian? Why should we talk about feelings? Because most of our clients have really, really strong feelings about the idea of letting go of dieting, letting go of hating their bodies, navigating a world that might judge you for not trying to lose weight anymore. This is heavy stuff. And if you don't know how to navigate your own strong emotion And if you're a little squeamish about vulnerability, then you're going to have some gaps in being able to be with clients, helping them how to be vulnerable around the relationship with food and body and weight and what all that means to them. So it's very important. And this is what week 6 we actually finished up a couple weeks ago. We're talking about a little bit about learning about set point and how to teach about that. You see all these files here. These are basically client sessions that I'm having my people go back and listen to me do sessions and somewhat critique them, but also just to learn about like how to slow things down and again, go micro with people. And if y'all do, when you work with me, you'll know that like I'm very experiential. Like there's not a whole lot, like I said, not a whole lot of advice giving, just a whole lot of eliciting, eliciting responses and getting in there because again, we've got people struggling with food and weight things have a lot of past trauma of all different shapes and sizes and intensities to work through. And food is really connected with that. And the more we can help them clear out the space for food and weight stuff, the faster they can get to like what's otherwise maybe holding them back from doing what they need to do in their life, whether that's just more consciously parent, start that company they wanted to do that helps people, whatever it is. So there's this stuff. This is why it's so important. I had different tips around like skills here, handling your own feelings, but all of these, I should show this if I can. I don't know if this is going to let me do it. Oh, maybe. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. But yeah, this is some stuff. I got lots of role plays here, handling your own feelings, a lot of body image decoding sessions here. Working through people's, it says resistance, but I definitely reframe resistance with the word hesitance. There's a really darn good reason why people protect their eating concerns and protect, not like feel like ambivalent about stopping trying to lose weight, those kind of things. This is really important. And then some counseling skills. Like we need to know what it means when, we're really feeling shaken by a session. What's that about? Or we're feeling like, if you feel like you're in a session, you're like sleepy, getting bored, falling asleep, there's something going on that this client is reminding you of. There's something here for you that you're checking out of. So it's really important stuff to know how to see and to navigate. Discussing our own size. So anyway, this is, some really important stuff here that we're going through. All right, so I hope this information was helpful. The link below to look more at the program and some more details about it's there. If you have questions, please set up a time you just email me for time to chat. I have a scheduler on my email. You can go there and just pick a time you want. That would be good too. I hope this was helpful to get a sense of what there is available to people. And even though there might be people who have been practicing a while and they just want to be around other like-minded people and refresh their skills a little bit, this is for you too. And it's kind of the part 1 for me of what I do. So this is the stuff that was my foundational stuff. And then as years went by, I've added a lot of stuff. So anyway, that's it for now. I hope you all are doing great. Thank you for bearing with me if there's anything that looks weird or funky about this, and I look forward to hearing from you. Give me your feedback. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.